If you feel like God has asked you to give something up and you're feeling sad about it, I want you to listen to this. Recently, I asked God to help me navigating through some health stuff and giving me strategy on how to overcome it. And that very night, I had a dream about the Holy Spirit filling my refrigerator with healthy food. Now, I have been on a health journey for about 2 years, and I have made some big lifestyle changes. I've been in the gym regularly. I've cut out the sodas. I've started eating salads and eggs for breakfast and all of the things. But the one thing that I did not give up was my snack food. Your girl loves pretzels and crackers and chips. And I'm sorry, but bananas and strawberries do not compare, in my mind, to a good Dots pretzel, you know? So I was real sad about having to give that up, but I did it. I've gone an entire week without processed foods, and I feel incredible, but I also miss my snacks. But then God reminded me of something beautiful. When He took the Israelites out of Egypt and led them into the wilderness, there were times where they complained, and they said, why can't we just go back to Egypt? At least Egypt had better food. He was literally making manna fall from the sky, and all they could think about was the food in Egypt. And honestly, that's kind of relatable. It is. However, the Israelites were not meant to live on manna forever. They were being led into a land flowing with milk and honey. They were trading the good, unhealthy food of Egypt, detoxing their bodies, and being given good, healthy food in the promised land. Or at least they were supposed to. My point is that if God is asking you to give something up, if He is taking something away from you, it is so that He can replace it with something better. Yes, you might have to go through a detox period. You might have to go through a period where you just have to get that out of your system and flush it out before you can handle the better. But that doesn't mean that the better won't come. So let me just encourage you right now that He's got something so much better in store for you. And just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not on the way. You are not meant to survive on this manna forever. But don't allow yourself to get stuck in the wilderness either. And this may be the point where you're asking, how do I make sure I don't get stuck in the wilderness? Because I feel like I'm spinning my wheels and nothing's happening. What gives? And if that's you, I'd encourage you to fill this waiting time with learning. Because when you're learning and you're expanding your mind, then you're not quite so focused on only what's happening in the present. Sometimes we have to shift our perspective to the bigger picture. And if you struggle with that, I want to help you. I have got 2 years worth of videos, probably more at this point, on my page, just talking about all of these different perspective shifts and helping you see things from God's perspective. So feel free to follow along, to scroll back through, look at some of those older videos, and just get your mind in the right place. But if you don't have time to do all that, but you still want the benefit of those resources, I have something for you too. This is my book, 7 Days to a Life of Limitless. God asked me to write down everything that I had learned over a 3-year period of deepening my relationship with Him. It's basically about all of the different mindset shifts I had to go through during my wilderness season. How I learned to hear His voice, finding promises for your life, finding your identity, peace, purpose. Basically everything that is in my videos is in this book. It's just organized and concise. I also wrote a journal to go with it. This is called Go Ask God the Journal. It's got 120 question prompts where you can ask God questions and journal the answers below, just so you can practice hearing His voice a little better. So if you're interested in these, I do have copies on TikTok Shop, on Amazon, or on my website. Just remember, don't let yourself get discouraged. Get out there and pursue everything God has for you, because better is coming.